Hi, good afternoon. It's Joyce Glass, the Right Coach, and this week on Tips from the Right Coach, I have a grammar tip for you. We're going to be talking about compound sentences and how you can create a masterwork of art in your writing when you're creating your sentences. So as writers, you know, we use words to evoke feelings, create vivid images, or give hope and take people on a journey with us. You know, whether it be fiction or nonfiction, we take people on a journey with us. And the way you construct your sentences determines how your readers will respond. So what I always suggest to my clients is, first, you want to write out your work. You know, whatever it is that you're working on, you do an outline, and I teach a certain way I do an outline. And then you go and you just write. You just write whatever comes to your heart, and as much as you can, you know, follow the outline. Because then once you go back, and sometimes people just need to write to get started, and don't worry if it does follow the outline, because you can go back and rearrange things. Sometimes you just need to get your thoughts out onto paper. That's the important issue, is get your thoughts out onto paper. Then you want to go back and see if there's a way you can bring clarity to your work. You can speed the pace up of your writing. You can slow it down by the way you write the sentences, the structure. Or you can think of this as, at the end, when you are making it beautiful, you are polishing your piece of artwork. And that's where a lot of people I know get confused. They think they have to polish while they write, or they need to write perfectly, and you don't. You do not need to write a beautiful first draft. Nobody does. Not Stephen King, not John Grisham, not Karen Kingsbury, or any other, you know, Jerry Jenkins, any other famous writer that you could think about that has hit it big time. K.M. Weiland is a fiction writer that I appreciate her books, her nonfiction books on novel writing. She talks about this all the time too, that you need to just write, get it out, and then you go back and make it pretty. So that's what I want to talk about today. Now, I do grammar tips once a month, and I have a link on the post, and then we'll show you the post in just a second, where you can go and see all the grammar tips. So maybe grammar is something you struggle with. But remember, don't worry about the grammar when you're first writing. You want to worry about it after you've got it written and you're making everything beautiful. That's when you want to worry about grammar tips, is, do I have my subject and verb agreement? Do I have good structured sentences? Am I using powerful words? I always recommend powerthesaurus.org for powerful words, and there's a lot of different sites you can use for that, but that's one of my favorites. So I want you to, today, we're going to talk about real quick here. Let me share my screen now. We're going to talk about 4 basic sentence structures. And you can see there that the first one is just a simple sentence. A simple sentence has one main clause. Charlie closed the door. That's it. Done. Simple, right? Then the next one is a compound sentence. 2 or more main clauses joined together. They're joined, this is joined with a conjunction, the conjunction word and. So Charlie closed the door and we were safe from the storm. Okay? So there's your word, 2 main clauses joined together with a conjunction. Now, I'm going to talk about those more in my next grammar tip next month. And then you have complex sentences. And if you have any questions, I'm glad someone's here. If you have any questions, please feel free to post. Or if you are watching this replay, then I would love for you to be able to just put in questions here in the comments, and I will be glad to help you if it's something maybe that you're working on too. So the next one is compound sentence. There's 2 or more clauses joined together. I'm sorry, we already did that with a conjunction. Then the next is complex sentence. It has 1 main clause, so it's a simple sentence, plus 1 or more subordinate clauses. So the example is, although the storm was raging outside, we made it safely to the storm cellar. And so, let me do something here real quick so you can see that better. There we go. Well, hello. Sorry, I'm having a little technical difficulty here. Let me get that fixed. There. Now, although we made it to the storm was raging outside, we made it safely to the storm cellar. So it's got one main clause, we made it safely to the storm cellar as your main clause. And the subordinate clause is, although the storm was raging outside. So that's not a complete sentence, that is a subordinate clause, that first section there. So the next sentence structure is compound complex sentences. That's a combination of two or more main clauses and one or more subordinate clauses. So we can say, although the storm was raging outside, we made it safely to the storm cellar, but no one remembered to bring a flashlight or blanket. Not a good idea if it was a bad storm for a long time. You might want those things, and some bottled water probably too. So there is the compound complex sentence. So it has two or more main clauses. We made it safely to the storm cellar. No one remembered to bring a flashlight or blanket. And then it has the subordinate clause, although the storm was raging outside. But most compound sentences contain only two main clauses, but three or more can be correctly joined together. So I've made this sentence here, for example, we had bad luck last week, our cable went out, the dog was hit by a car, someone stole my laptop, and we forgot my mom's birthday. Bad week. You could keep going with that sentence right there because there are lots of, you can keep going with that as long as there's as many, disastrous things that continue to happen, or if it was something that was good happened. She got married in the field, and the bridesmaids were wearing pink, and everybody was happy, whatever. You could continue that on with the main clauses to create a longer compound sentence. And of course, it was all joined together with the commas and then the and. So as you edit your work, this is what I want you to think about. How can you create stronger and more productive sentences in your writing? Sometimes you are doing sentences sometimes it's good to have short sentences together, but sometimes there are sentences that work better when they're joined together. More efficient use of your words by joining sentences together. So you just need to work at that. And you probably want a good mix. You don't want all compound sentences and you don't want all simple sentences, because that makes your work boring. If it's all the same, the cat ran across the road, the dog chased the cat, and so forth and so on, right? That would be really boring if you had to read a whole book like that. So you want to make, or even a blog post, you want to make it interesting. So that is how you can construct beautiful sentences. Now, I have something special for you. Next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am teaching a workshop, How to Self-Edit, and I would love for you to attend. And this, what I'm talking about today, is a part of that, is knowing, what to look for. I give you 5 steps on how to self-edit. You always still need a professional editor to edit your work, but you're going to save them time and yourself money, because if you give them a clean as possible manuscript for them to edit, then it's much easier for them to edit if you've gone over it yourself multiple times. And you will have to go over it multiple times because you are going to be looking for different things. And I'm going to teach you what are the things that you look for when you self-edit. Part of the reason I did this, I did take a poll in my group, Write My Book, my nonfiction group, and I asked if somebody wanted to learn more, what would they want to learn about? And I gave them different options. And this one, the most people said how to self-edit. So that's why I chose that one. So we're going to do that next Tuesday night. You do need to sign up, and you can go here to sign up on my website. It's in the post as well, this Facebook Live post. I put the link directly to sign up. It's therightcoach.biz/edit workshop. That was the link that will take you to the sign up page. I'm going to click on this right here right now so you can see what the sign up page looks like. If I can get it to work. There we go. And it's coming. There we go. So here it is. It's join me, and you're going to hit this button right here. It says sign up now, and that will take you to PayPal. You pay, and then it will pull up another page, and I need your email address and your name so I can send you the link, and then it will send you the link to the workshop that will happen next week. and then it will also send you a reminder next Tuesday. Now, if you can't make it live next Tuesday, I am going to record it. I also am I'm starting something new. I'm going to do one here, and then I'm going to do it once a month. But I'm going to edit somebody's first page. If you would like me to edit your first page, if you'd like a critique of your first page of your work, whether it's the first page of a chapter or the first page of your book, whatever it is, or a blog post, if it's just one page, double spaced, I will go through it live and edit it if that's what you would like me to do, and can give you some pointers on self-editing for your work. So I would love to have you come next week, Tuesday, November 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have any questions, please message me and let me know. If you have any problems with these links, please let me know, and I will help get things worked out for you. So I look forward to it. But here's what you will gain at the self-editing workshop. You will overcome the overwhelm, knowing what to look for, and when working on your writing projects. You're going to learn the 5 steps to self-editing. I told you about that. And then you're going to watch me edit live the first page of someone's work. So if you would like your work to be considered for this, please send it to me with just a message saying you give me permission to use it on the live workshop. So if you have any other questions, I would love to help you, and I will see you next week. Only briefly, because they will be here packing up my house. I do have an interview for you next week with Edie Melson, but I'm just going to come on Facebook Live real quick and introduce her, and then you can go to the website and watch the interview. It was a great interview we did about productivity. So I look forward to seeing you next week, and at the workshop and at the Facebook Live, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Take care and have a wonderful week and weekend. See you next week.